Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our topic for presentation is glass. It is represented by Khalid Khan, Muhammad Atif Abdurrahman, and Muhammad Shuaib Arshad. My name is Khalid Khan and my registration number is 19ME108. These are the contents which will be explained one by one: definition, history, types, properties, preparations, and applications. Now, the definition of glass. What is glass? Basically, glass is an inorganic solid material. Glass is hard, brittle substance, typically transparent or translucent, made by fusing sand with soda and lime and cooling rapidly. Now, the history of glass. How glass was discovered. It is believed that the earliest glass object was created around 3500 BC in Egypt and eastern Mesopotamia. The oldest specimens of glass are from Egypt and date back to 2000 BC. In 1500 BC, the industry was well established in Egypt. After 1200 BC, the Egyptians learned to press glass into molds. Basically, glass it is used to make windows, drinking containers, and other articles. Flat glass was produced in the 13th century, but it was not early in 1800 years that flat glass could be produced at reasonable cost for everyday use in windows. In 1883, Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company became the first successful manufacturer of glass in the United States. Until until the early 20th century, glass was made by hand in America. In 1903, Michael Owens invented the first automated glass bottle blowing machines. In 5000 BC, when sailors carrying soda ash as cargo on their ships used the blocks of soda ash on which to rest their cooking vessels, the heat produced soda glass. The history of glass making dates back to at least 3600 BC in Mesopotamia. However, some claim they may have been producing copies of glass objects from Egypt. Other archaeological evidence suggests that the first true glass was made in coastal North Syria, Mesopotamia, or Egypt. Now I am going to call Muhammad Atif to proceed the further presentation and explain the types of glass. Thanks.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Atif and my registration number is 19ME178. I will explain type of glass. 7 different type of glass. One is aluminum silicate glass, optical or Crookes glass, photochromic glass, polycrystalline glass, potash lime or hard glass, soda lime or soft glass, and last is wall glass. So first is aluminum silicate glass. Aluminum silicate glass is composed of aluminium, oxygen, silicon, and several other positively charged ions. The aluminium and oxygen ions from aluminium oxide and any given batch of aluminum silicate glass will contain at least 5% aluminium oxide. Second is optical or Crookes glass. In this glass, mainly cerium oxide is present, which sharply absorb the ultraviolet rays from the sunlight to utilized in making lens of eyeglasses. Thus, it is used in making bulb of ultraviolet lamp, in making container of chemical reagents, laboratories, equipments, etc. Third is photochromic glass. A photochromic lens is an optical lens that darkens on exposure to light of sufficiently high frequency, most commonly ultraviolet radiation. In the absence of activating light, the lens return to their clear state. Photochromic lens may be made of glass, photocarbonate, or an other plastics. Fourth is polycrystalline glass. Polycrystalline silicon or multicrystalline silicon, also called polysilicon, is a high purity polycrystalline form of silicon used as a raw material by the solar, photovoltaic, and electronics industry. Fifth is potash lime or hard glass. It is also known as hard glass. Potash lime glass is similar to soda lime glass, except that soda is replaced by potash. Potash lime glass has a high melting points and hence can withstand high thermal stress. Sixth is soda lime or soft glass. Soda lime glass, most common form of glass produced It is composed of about 70% silica, silicon dioxide, 15% soda, sodium oxide, and 19% lime, 9% lime, calcium oxide, with much smaller amount of various other compounds. Last is wool glass. Wool glass is an unsalting material made from fibers of glass arranged using a binder into a texture similar to wool. The process traps many small pockets of. Now I will call Abdurrahman to proceed this presentation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdurrahman and my roll number is 19ME162. Now I am here to present the properties of the glass. The properties of the glass are weather resistance, corrosion resistance, hard and brittle, insulation, recyclable, fire resistance, glazing, chemical resistance, color and shape varieties, and transparency. Now I am going to explain these properties. Weather resistance and corrosion resistance. Unlike most materials, glass is very resistant to corrosion, and in a sense it can be thought of as corrosion proof. Furthermore, temperature variation can also lead to new crystallization as well and affect the way radionuclides are released during corrosion. The next one is insulation. Glass wool is an insulating material made from fibers of glass arranged using a binder into a texture similar to wool. The process traps many small pockets of air between the glass, and these small air pockets result in high thermal insulation properties. The next property is chemical resistance. Glass is resistant to most acids but is highly alloying to attack by alkaline materials, especially a concentration of OH- ion giving a pH greater than 9.0. The result is an attack of the network forming silica oxygen SiO bonds, leading to dissolution of the glass surface. The next property is transparency. Glass is used for things like windows, eyeglasses, pictures frame, lenses, and test tubes because it is important to see the items on the other side of the glass. Glass is a transparent material, which means it lets light pass through it and allow us to have a clear view of the objects on the other side. The next property is hard and brittle. The amorphous structure of glass make it brittle because glass does not contain planes of the atoms that can slip past each other. There is no way to relieve stress. Excessive stress therefore forms a crack that starts at a point where there is a surface flaw. Particles on the surface of the crack become separated. The next property is fire resistance glazing. Pyran S is a pre-stressed monolithic borosilicate single pane safety glass for use in fire resistance glazing for protection against the spread of fire, hot gases, and smoke. The unique combination of borosilicate glass manufactured in a microfluid facility results in glass with outstanding properties. The last but not the least property is recyclable. Glass is 100% recyclable and can be recycled without loss in quality or purity. Glass is made from available domestic materials such as sand, soda ash, limestone, and cullet. Now I am going to call Mohammad Shoaib Arshad. Please proceed the further presentation.
Assalamu alaikum sir, my name is Muhammad Shoaib Arshad and my roll number is 19ME98 section C. Here I am going to continue the presentation about preparation of the glass. So glass is made from natural and abundant raw materials, sand, soda ash and limestone, that are melted at very high temperature to form a new material, that is glass. At high temperature, glass is structurally similar to liquids. However, at ambient temperature it behaves like solids. And here is the preparation composition of glass. So glass is of four types: potash glass, pyrex glass, crown glass, lead crystal glass. And in front of these glasses here is the composition of these: potassium carbonate, calcium carbonate, and silica. And Pyrex glass is made up of barium silicate and sodium silicate. Crown glass is made of potassium oxide, barium oxide, and silica. Similarly, lead glass is made up to potassium carbonate, lead oxide, and silica. Here is the composition of glass. Typical glass container composition. It contains SiO2 about 72% and Al2O3 2%, CaO 12%, Na2O is 13%, and there are some minor elements which is only 1%. So raw materials used in the manufacturing glass are following. Sodium has Na2CO3 used in the soft glass form, and potassium has K2CO3 which is used in hard glass. Calcium has limestone, chalk, and lime. Lead has lethargic, red glass, flint glass, which has some shades in it. Silica are quartz, white sand, and ignite flint. Zinc is zinc oxide, heat and shock proof glass. Borates are borax, boric acid. Pellets or pieces of broken glass to increase fusibility with the other elements. General preparation steps of glass are as follows: batching of raw materials, melting of raw materials in the furnace, and then drying the molten glass onto the tin bath, cooling of the molten glass in the annealing process, and then quality checks, automatic cutting, and storage. Here we have applications of glass. Eyeglasses and lenses are widely used around the world, and glass is used in them. Similarly, kitchenware, glasses, mugs, tiffins, etc., and electronic screens, LED TVs, and light bulbs, housing furniture, and decoration pieces. Glass is also used in them. Similarly, automobiles around the world, we see a large variety of glass with different tints. Thank you, sir.